Good morning. I'm Hank Holland, Executive Chairman and CEO of Amaero International Limited. Today, I'm pleased to announce that Amaero has engaged Guggenheim Securities, a leading financial advisory and capital markets firm in the U.S., to explore strategic financing alternatives for the completion of fit-out of our facility in Tennessee and for the acquisition of capital equipment that is planned to include 4 next-generation atomizers and ancillary powder processing equipment. The engagement of Guggenheim follows inbound strategic interest in Amaero. Guggenheim will focus its discussion with strategic investors in the U.S. that include aerospace and defense and industrial manufacturers, as well as the additive manufacturing and materials ecosystem. We also expect to engage with financial sponsors in the U.S. that focus on aerospace and defense, industrial manufacturing, and metals and mining. The board will evaluate the strategic financing alternatives with the objective of maximizing shareholder value while prudently funding budgeted capital expenses. As communicated prior, Amaero estimates the capital expense budget over the next 3 years will total 60 million. We expect the CapEx will be funded with a combination of equity and equipment secured financing. Importantly, and as also previously communicated, in calendar year 25, we expect to commence commercial powder sales and to achieve break-even operations. Over the past 18 months, the company's made significant strides in completing its restructuring, relocating the business to the U.S., appointing an industry-leading management team, and dedicating its powder production to high-value specialty alloy powders, including C103. As a domestic, agile, and scalable producer of C103 and other high-value specialty alloy AM powders, Amaero's corporate strategy is closely aligned with the United States' strategic imperative to bolster the industrial manufacturing base and to strengthen the domestic supply chain for advanced manufacturing and for defense production. This was further reinforced last week when the Department of Defense published its much-awaited National Defense Industrial Strategy report. In addition to the important reshoring theme of the U.S., Amaero benefits from other secular growth trends that include accelerating adoption of metal additive manufacturing, the step function demand growth for high-temperature materials that are critical to hypersonics, future missile platforms, space launch, and satellite constellations. I and other board members have a long-standing relationship with Guggenheim, and we're confident that the Guggenheim team will be instrumental in achieving a favorable outcome for Amaero shareholders. This marks an important milestone for Amaero. Currently, U.S. investors comprise approximately 45% of ownership in Amaero, and the balance of ownership is broadly held by Australian investors. We would expect that ownership by U.S. investors will increase over time. As I will work closely with the board to evaluate strategic alternatives, the executive leadership will remain focused on delivering transformative milestones that include completion of fit-out and commissioning of first atomizer, securing offtake and supply agreements, and commencing powder production. I very much appreciate investors' continued trust and confidence. I look forward to further updating investors in the coming weeks.